In looking at technology assessment, I looked at, this is the first rubric I pulled up, which is actually on Scribd. It's about 9 pages, it says here. Interestingly, this is actually from a college course, and this is two people's work. So we're actually seeing their scores. So I would say that's kind of the first negative. It's kind of odd that this is public. I'm not really sure why they would do that. But anyway, I'm really glad to have this rubric because it's quite useful. It does have a summary of the whole thing. It gets into a vision statement, which I'm a huge fan of. And again, over here, you'll notice in the middle of the rubric, it kind of meshes the what's over here, and then it kind of takes it to the next level because this is, again, a point system. So it describes things well with the summary, with the vision statement, etc. And I'm just going to come down again. There's the mission statement, the goals, and these are pretty much, these are very well laid out, really. It's got the objectives, and then let's just scroll down here. So general issues, this, I really didn't think that this was the appropriate title for it because it kind of encompasses a ton of stuff, like all these different technology support standards, students with disabilities. So I wondered if that could maybe be relabeled. And then I also wondered with general issues, and this category really the most is the middle of the rubric isn't really clearly identified well, right? So they got a 2 here, and I'm kind of like, well, which part didn't they get? Okay. I would say that's the main thing with this. This is the first one, okay? So this is for an individual class. The next one is coming from New Hampshire School Technology Planning Guide, and it is right over here if you want to check out the rubric. I've got it here. It comes in an Excel form. It's pretty comprehensive. It's got tons of stuff in it. Now, this is at a district level, okay, so very big overarching. Overall, it's filled with a lot of great content. It was created in 2012. So it's only 2 years old. So it's very relevant. But what it's missing, or I think it's missing, again, it's got the goals, it's got the action plan, it's got ICT literacy, professional development, community collaboration, data collection evaluation, and then policies and procedures. I really wish, and that's it. But what I really wish it had in this would be, it says goals, but I kind of wish it had its own vision section, because vision isn't really written into this area, except for right here where it says goal to support district vision for technology alignment. Okay, like that's great, and it's very, I mean, you would write that in there, but I like this idea of there being a specific vision section so it stands alone. So that would be my area for improvement, I think, with this rubric. And I did do one more, and it's right here, and it's a technology planning rubric from the ArcDNE's San Francisco Department of Catholic Schools and Technology Planning rubric. So this is for a 5 criteria technology plans. They go through it right here. But what I did really like about this is it really laid it out. So it would be easy for me to actually write one. So this kind of gives me the, here's how I go and do it, kind of like the last one. Okay, and it lays everything out. And I really like that it has the vision statement. Okay, I think that's really important. Now, it doesn't have an example of what it should look like, but it does tell you what it needs to have. Okay, identifies goals linking technology to student and instructional and non-instructional staff outcomes. Okay, that's the description, and it says does not meet standard, exceed standard. Okay, now what I think is interesting with this is this description is kind of the same color as all of this, but this is describing what this task is, and then these are the same color. So if this is going to be a rubric, they might want to recolor these so they kind of look, they're a little easier to follow with that, or at least maybe just bold this area over here would be helpful for me. Really, actually, if they just move the word vision statement and put it where the word description is, that would just make all of these sections in general more clear for me. But otherwise, I quite like how they've done this rubric, and again, the depth that they've included in it. Okay, so that's 3 different ones.